depression, because I believe that depression is something that you go through. When you go through something, it means it's something that will pass. It's not a permanent situation. I'm on medication for 6 months, antidepressant. I take 4 tablets a day. It's quite a journey. We were speaking earlier with Rose Modene. It's a journey, not an easy one. That's why I mentioned earlier that it's very, you are very fortunate if you have people who are supporting you. I remember as a journalist, I think 2018, from 2017 to 2018, we had a lot of stories, and I don't know if it was a coincidence, but I happened to write those stories. There was a professor who committed suicide, another student, I think she was from Vet University, and a lot of others, the recent one being WHP. So I happened to write all those stories, and when you write a story, you have to find comments from the experts like doctors and psychologists. And they would mention the symptoms, but I was not aware that, I might be going through the same. Up until this year, in fact it started last year around November, I felt like my mind was exhausted every time. Usually I don't go to bed without reading something, but my books were piling up because I couldn't concentrate. I thought it was that season, when it's festive season, people get tired, even the mind gets tired, and the job that we do, it can be very stressful. As a journalist, you will attest to that. So I thought it was just mind exhaustion. Up until in January this year, I felt like the symptoms like panic attacks, severe headaches, the feeling of sadness, deep sorrow, the feeling of loneliness, where even if you have people around you, but you feel like, everything that I'm trying to do, it's like I'm not going anywhere, I got divorced in 2015, February, and when I sat down with the psychologist, because the psychologist will sit you down and just to try to assess what might be causing depression, I found that even the divorce contributed. As much as I initiated the divorce, but divorce is a loss on its own, because every loss you must to deal with it. But as Africans, we sometimes feel like, no, we can go through this, even the family losses, losses through death. Some cultures, they go through psychologists for counseling. And like last year, my friends on social media will remember this. I think it was 31st of December, where I kept posting, uploading the photos of all the family members that I've lost. I wasn't aware that my mind was telling me that, no, you have had too much losses in your life. I remember people were commenting, they were sympathizing with that. Oh, so I couldn't believe it myself. So when I finally accepted and realized that I needed help, I had a friend, Zola Tudeni, she's a counselor. I remember I called her because on that day when I realized that really I needed help. I had a stressful day at work, and then on my way home, when I was driving, I was crying all the way because the day was stressful, but then everything came back, like everything that I went through, came back into my mind. Usually when I'm stressed, I play some gospel music just to lift up my spirits, but that didn't work. I ended up switching off the radio because it just didn't help. So I called this lady and said, this is what I'm going through. She tried finding me help, but I was referred to a psychologist. And then, to cut the long story short, the psychologist found that, and like I mentioned, I had too much losses, especially in 2015. That was a very difficult year for me, because in 2015, February, I got divorced. In July, I was admitted in hospital, first time in my life. I had a lump on my throat, and they thought it was cancerous, so I had to go through surgery so that they examine if it's not cancer, and thank God it wasn't. And then in November, the same year, I lost my mom. I came back from home in 2014, and 2015 I was still trying to bond with my mom because I got married at a very young age. So I felt like this is my time to bond again with my mom. So she passed on in 2015 November. So the psychologist picked up that those losses, I had to deal with them, but I didn't because many people who know me, they perceive me as this strong woman because I have a support group for divorced men and women. I have an organization, Breaking the Silence, where I help people who have gone through the same. So, you know, one thing that I had a difficult facing when the psychologist told me that you need to be admitted. I was like, how am I going to tell my family that I have a depression, you know? Everyone else, even my colleagues, I know they'll be shocked. I mean, because they always say you are strong. We commend you. So let's go and you are a strong woman. And then now Uzanele is going through depression. But I had to accept because I realized that in order to be strong for others, I also have to get help. Because after all that I went through, I never got help. So I was admitted for 7 days from 11 February. So that's how I got to know that I was depressed. But like we were talking, there's a stigma attached to it. Because one thing that I found out why people don't want to admit that they are depressed, it's because depression is categorized as a mental illness. So once we mention a little gamma, because first you have to see a psychologist, and then the psychologist will refer you to a psychiatrist who will admit you to hospital and prescribe the medication. So you know, and asifuni lento yokuhlala thina abantu abamnyama siyithatha as a curse or something. And ama-comments that I've got when I open up about my depression, people were saying, it's a demon, you're a child of God, you must be praying about it, you know, and why are you allowing it? I mean, I always tell people that that's the stupid question you can ask, or that's a stupid comment you can say to a person, because no one can allow depression. I mean, you must just leave some questions with the psychologist, I mean, because that's why people don't want to come out, because there is stigma attached to it, but they don't want to associate themselves with themselves with you.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to